Hello everybody. After crossing the Queensland border, they just waved us on through, didn't even care if we'd done a test or whatever. We needed to be near Broadbeach, but we didn't want to be in the middle of the crowds. So we had a look in our camp book and we found a little campground called Sharp Park Riverbend. It's a council run car park, $10 per person, per head, per night. No showers, but toilets, good little swimming hole, actually wonderful little swimming hole, and the people are really friendly there. The caretakers were so good, so we parked in there.
Here we are near Canungra, and the boss is, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, the boss is having a dip. Beautiful weather, at least it's not raining today, unlike most of Queensland. The only noisy thing around here is the bikes going past all the time, but I don't mind that at all. Right, the boss has moved into the spa bath. I'm not going in because the water's too wet here in Queensland. I don't like water that wet.
Hi, surrounding the campsite that we're staying in the Hinterlands is a big training facility, and there's lots of warnings not to leave the road or go for bushwalks and things like that. But here is my favourite sign. I just love it. It's the training noise activity forecast. And they're all on low at the moment. But I just think it's so much fun. I wanted to show you all. But yeah, so you can't just walk along the creek bed or go off into the bush. There's actually signs all over this area warning where you can and can't be. We've left the campground this morning. We're at the tail end of a cyclone, so we've had a lot of rain yesterday, but we did get to go to the Glowworm cave, which was interesting. It's an artificial cave because the glowworms are declining, so they've taken some glowworms and they've made an artificial cave. You can go through, it's all educational and it's helping sustain the breed. Then you learn all about them. It was really interesting. It was quite tiny, but lots of glowworms to see, and it was really beautiful. Now we're back up in the mountain because we've had a break in the weather, and this is the view. It's just beautiful. South is Murwillumbahs that way, and I don't know much else, but it's super steep where we are, and there's a sock, so I assume that this is where the paragliders take off from. But it's just stunning, and so many people here. So it's the 2nd of January today. This amazing aeroplane replica is the Stinson replica, and it highlights the history of the area where a man called O'Reilly went in and found a plane that had gone down and rescued 2 of the surviving people after they'd been there for nearly a week. It's quite an amazing story and well worth reading the sign. This is very cool. You can bounce up and down. We just climbed up an old tree, and this is the view.
I've already been up.
We finished quite a way up, and John's had enough. He's gone. I loved it though. You could hear all the birds and everything while you were waiting, and like some of this stuff is just amazing. But we just come down the mountain from O'Reilly's, and it wasn't my favourite drive, but ask the driver what he thinks. You want to do it again tomorrow, John?
3 chances of that happening.
The thing is, the road's all sealed, so you think it's okay. And well, most of the road is sealed. Just the last few kilometres isn't, but it's hard compact. But what it doesn't, and it says that it's windy, and that's okay too. But what it doesn't say is it's 2 traffic coming both ways, but it's only wide enough for 1 car, one way, for most of it. So you have all these little stop signs and give way signs where you have to stop on the side of the road and then guess whether you think that there's going to be another car coming the other way. And it's just really hard to do that, and it's not comfortable driving. Once you're up there, O'Reilly's is just fantastic. There's a resort up there. You could stay up there if you wanted, but you certainly wouldn't want to be travelling that road every day. There's lots and lots of walks. The little church is really cute, and the rainforest walk out over the canopy is great. And I didn't realise it's the first one in Australia, the first one in the world that was ever built. And after it was built, lots of people copied how to do it. So that was great to go on. But glad we went up there. I'm pretty sure that I'm not getting John up there again, unless we're in like a chauffeured car where somebody else is taking the responsibility, and even then it'd be a maybe. Yeah, not his cup of tea. We just went for a drive. We went through Beachmont and thought maybe we could find somewhere for morning tea this morning. The opposite way from the campground to Tambourine Mountain, but there was nothing there, so we ended up at Binna Burra. We just followed the signs, and it's amazing, there's cars everywhere because there's walks everywhere, and we can see the Gold Coast over there and a big river, and we're going to see if we can find somewhere to eat.
Café con leche.
No smoking, no dogs.
No smoking dogs.
Hi, we're still at Binna Burra. We're just doing a short rainforest walk. There's so many walks here, and some of them are like multi-day and full day walks, and then there's short walks. For us though, number one, because it's too windy, and because we didn't really know we were coming here, we didn't bring the right shoes. We're just going to do this short walk, but it's very spectacular. Beautiful. Morning everyone. Here's our little visitors this morning. They found something on the ground that we probably dropped. We packed up last night because the wind got really heavy from the cyclone, and we're moving today. It's been a great place. We're pretty close to the road here. If we come back again, as much as John's loved, if you're into motorbikes, so many motorbikes ride this road, and they really start at about 9:30 and they finish at about 5. But it got a bit loud the last few days because the public holiday. So next time we'd ask to stay. It goes quite a bit back. I mean, this is the boundary. it's all fenced off over there because it's a military training ground, and you're not even allowed to walk along the road. It was our first time really putting the annex up and using it, and we've still got some things to learn about it. We definitely miss not doing the handover, and we're actually talking about asking them to do a handover so we can see how they do the annex properly. The other thing is we had a problem with our antenna. It fell off and it's broken the clip around the side. So we'd need to get that fixed and address it. So this clip just broke. The wins for us is this mat has been so good in helping us keep the van clean and feeling more comfortable. And John's solution for his coffee, so we didn't have to carry the pod machine, this AeroPress, has been really good, hasn't it, John? So he makes coffee, you put the coffee in there, the water in, it plunges through, and then he uses the milk frother. So I don't know where we'll end up today. It'll be interesting. One of the things we learned was to empty the toilet cartridge wherever you are, because there's no dump point here. So we had to drive to the showgrounds to dump, and they charge you $10 a dump. So...
Bloody expensive dump.
Yeah, very expensive dump.
$10 a dump.
So we've learned our lesson now, because we could have dumped in Bulladila. But I mean, this is our first multi-night hike place. So we've really learnt a lot. The bird life here is amazing. We're just getting visited by some owls. We're not owl experts at all, but we're thinking maybe they're frogmouth owls. The peewees were having a go at them and they opened their mouths and the peewees have gone.